It's always great to be here, and it's really an opportunity to come here and speak. This past Thursday night, I lost my teacher. My teacher, who was a grand rabbi in Brooklyn, New York, of the Yeshiva Tarvadas of a very big, large school, passed away. He was very, very vibrant, and thank God he was only sick for a little bit at the end of his life, but he really, really accomplished a lot, and he meant so much to all of us, all of his students. He had a full mastery of learning of the Talmud, of all of Chumash, all of the scriptures. He really knew everything. But besides that, he knew everything about the whole world. He was a genius when it came to astronomy. He knew the technical details of food processing plants. He knew everything. He knew everything. You could have a discussion with him about anything. Besides the fact that he was a musician, he was a great ball player, he was a swimmer, he was everything. And he loved to share it. And in a very humble way, he would boast and show everyone what he accomplished in a very, very humble way, and join everyone to come, you can do it also. And he was really, really an inspiration, and he meant so much to everyone. And it was a very big loss for us that he passed on. I brought a picture of him.
Yes.
Rabbi Belsky, Rabbi Yisrael Belsky, who was the grand rabbi in Yeshiva Tarvadas, and he really, really meant a lot to everyone who knew him. But the truth is, he really meant a lot, and he benefited everyone here in this room, and everyone in America in a very real, practical way. And that is because he was the rabbinic advisor, he was the senior leader and rabbinic advisor of the OU that we see on all the food packages. The OU that we know of. The OU is all because of him. There are most complex, deep, intricate questions, and he would share all his knowledge and all his things that went on in the OU, which was really incredible. Again, as Rabbi Levine mentioned about shipping tankers of oil to catching fish, to how to make cheese, and the incredible amounts of information and practical Torah knowledge, and practical knowledge of the equipment, and the different ways of the food processing plants, and the difference between the heat exchangers and the jacket kettles and all the different machines that they use was incredible. How he had such a command of all of that was really, really incredibly special. And we really owe him a great deal of thanks that he made food available for everyone in America who wants to keep kashrus, who wants to keep eating kosher. It's all because of him. He made it so readily available. He made it so appetizing for all the consumers that they have food wherever they go. And we all know when you go to anywhere in the 50 states or even abroad, you'll find any food with the OU. And we all know, as a trusted kashrus symbol, it's really incredible that he was able to apply all that into the practical world, and how he was able to benefit everyone through this. But a most important lesson that I saw from him, which was phenomenal, was that he showed us that the Torah is not an old scriptures. It's not an old thing that does not apply today. It applies today as much as it applied 1,000 years ago, as much as it applied 2,000 years ago. He showed us that every single question that will come up in Jewish law has been hinted to already in the Talmud, has been hinted to already in the commentaries, has been already, you could imply exactly what God wanted through his oral law, and here it is. I'll tell you exactly if a jacket kettle will ruin the food or won't ruin the food. I'll tell you if this is a good way to clean something according to Jewish law because it has been contaminated from non-Jewish food. Every single thing is all right over here in the same old books that they've been using for thousands of years. He showed us that you don't have to be reformed, and you don't have to try to change things, and you never end up in the gray area where halacha, where the Jewish law doesn't have what to say. It all has what to say, and it was so clear once it's uncovered, but it was just so clear, it was just right there. It was really, really fascinating. He showed us how if Avraham Avinu, if Abraham, if Moses, if Isaiah, if anyone was living here in the 21st century, they would look just like us. I don't know if they would dress the same, but they would be eating the same foods that we are comfortable to be eating. They would be wearing the same phylacteries. They would be doing everything just like us. There's no difference. Ani Hashem lo shinisi. God says, I did not change. My Torah did not change. Nothing changed. It's an incredible thing that for thousands of years, without any policemen, without anyone lurking over us to kill us if we don't follow the rules, without anyone scaring us, without anyone, we are still keeping the authentic Torah law without having to change anything. And so many people who felt it to be hard came up with so many excuses. We have to reform it a little, we have to be conservative a little, we have to somewhat bend something. I mean, it's so difficult, but we all know that we could all do it. It's 100%, but it's even more than that, not that we could do it. It's the God that's creating the world, gave us the world in a way that He promises that, don't worry, you'll always be able to always continue the authentic Torah life exactly the way I want it to. It will never, ever become impossible. And every question that you will ever have is always written right there in the Torah. And He was such a master at finding that little gem that uncovered what would be the situation about turning on a light on Shabbos, and what would be the situation of using a timer, or what would be the situation of turning on your oven through a wireless connection. Is that considered that the Jew turned it on? Is that considered that the person who was not Jewish turned it on? Does that make it acceptable? Is it not acceptable? All these intricate questions that there was no way in the world that the Talmud could have written about. There was no technology of that then. Is all written and totally applied in the Torah, and it was so moving to learn by him, to study by him, and to see how real and practical and he was keeping the real authentic Torah life. And it was a real inspiration. And again, not only do his students really lost so much, but the whole world, in the way he was able to apply it and share it with everyone through the OU, we're really missing. And thank God the Jews are not without its own scholars, and it will still continue through many of his students that he taught. But this lesson is so moving, how if Abraham would be here, he would be keeping the exact same laws that we are today, and may it be a merit for his soul, and we should all be comforted. Thank you.
Thank you.